Hi. How you doing? It's Ivona here, as you know, and if you've been following me, I am so grateful. As you know, I pop in here usually on a weekly basis just to share my reflections on love, life and relationships. And before I go any further, I am holding my phone. I haven't got it on a stand. So when I talk, sometimes I get excited and you'll notice that my phone will move about a bit. I'll try to calm down. You will also remember that I try to reflect on things that are important to me, my observations, maybe working with clients, and I try to do this within 3 minutes. Sometimes I don't manage it, but usually I do. Now there's 3 things that came to mind. I'm going to look down because I wanted to make sure I cover them properly. The first one was about last week. I spent a whole day at an open retreat, and what I gained from that was some quiet time, some still time, some opportunity to reflect. And I have a habit of being so busy, I tend not to be, and I understand what being means. Just being you, just being still, just being quiet, just seeing what flows. And I realized that some of the stuff that I've experienced from the past was bubbling up. I hadn't dealt with them, but I was able to get some answers, actually, get some clarity by speaking to somebody. I also realized that having time out, I was able to explore my creative juices, and I was able to outline a workshop. How brilliant is that? So have some me time, have some be time, just be. The other thing, I'm looking down, was an interview. One of my members in my group, which is Get Me Relationship Ready, if you look above, you will see there is a link to the group. Feel free to join. He interviewed me, and there was a series of quick fire questions when you had certain options and you had to think quite quickly. And I really got to learn a bit more about myself. And likewise, I think my interviewer learned a lot more about me, and we was doing it as a Facebook Live. So it's very, very interesting. So let's not think too deep when we're trying to get to know ourselves. Get somebody to ask a series of fun questions and see what happens. And the third thing I picked up was watching Celebs Go Dating. Okay, I don't watch it all the time, but it's one of those that I do like to dip into as a relationship specialist and see how the dating process works. And what I picked up really was that it's really hard being a celeb. It's all a choice, but it's knowing who are you behind that mask. And there are a couple of people on that show, particularly Lee Ryan from Blue, I would love to work with on a one-to-one basis, because I think there's a huge mask he's wearing. I think he's quite shy and quite vulnerable, and it would be really interesting to work with him so he's very clear what he wants in a relationship. Now, I've noticed I've gone over 3 minutes because I had quite a lot to share. It's a one-off. So just to recap, the 3 things that stood out for me this week, last week that's just gone, was about having quiet time, an open retreat to be me and learn more about myself. And even learning more about myself was somebody interviewing me on some random questions. Very fun questions. Let's get learning to understand ourselves more fun. And the final one was on Celebs Go Dating. And I think people in that field really do need to get to know themselves. And talking about getting to know yourself, sorry, I'm going to move my hand around. It links very much into an event I will be running, co-delivering with a wonderful, wonderful friend and a relationship master coach called Teresa Young. We will be talking about who you are. It's entitled Who Am I? We're looking at your values, we're looking at beliefs, we're looking at all the blocks, we're looking at all the challenges we face. Sometimes when you're not in a relationship, how lonely it could be. So you walk away with a clearer understanding of who you are and what your next best step is if you want to move forward and learn more. Okay, apologies, I've gone way over 3 minutes, but thank you for watching. If you need more information, just put some comments in the comments box below. And as I said, do join the group if you want to know a little bit more about me. Thank you for watching. Have a brilliant day. Bye.